What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 7 of Nagato Makes Moving Easy, which is to complete all of Halo 3 ODST's legendary campaign missions in under 3 hours. This is Part 7 of 8. The Mombasa Streets and Prepare to Drop and Epilogue levels / cutscenes do not count, though you do need to complete the 2 cutscenes and at least 1 Mombasa Street mission to pop this achievement eventually. But the times that you do them in do not count towards the overall 3 hours. So to start off, I grabbed that plasma pistol right in the beginning before I walked through the first doorway, and now we're just going to speed down here and headshot those grunts. Turn to the left, there's going to be 4 grunts that pop out of the door right here that just closed, and just shoot all 4 of those and head through the door yourself. Take a left once you get through. There's going to be 3 jackals right off the bat. They're in different spots every time, so you can't really plan for exactly where they'll be. But the pistol does a great job of exposing their body, or exposing their head once you shoot them in the body through that notch in their shield, and then you can just give them the headshot right away. So it's pretty easy to run by this part. You don't even really have to kill them, but obviously it's more fun, and you'll take less damage, obviously, if you kill them. You could probably make it through just running, though. Then these grunts will run away. You want to get well, you already have a plasma pistol. You want to get your plasma pistol out and charge it. There's usually a brute that runs through this door first. This time it was a jackal. Normally the brute comes through first, but there he is. Kill the jackals as you will. Oh man, the brute shot. Totally dodged that. Not cool. There we go. It's really easy to noob them in the hallway here because they can't dive out of the way to either side. They're kind of at a choke point, so they can't really dodge anything, which is great. It's also easy to stick them with a plasma grenade. I do have the tilt skull on. That makes you have the ability to take more fire from their plasma weapons effectively, among many other things. It's just how all the weapons interact with shielding and whether they're plasma or ballistic weapons. It's this whole thing. But effectively you are able to take more shots from the enemy Covenant plasma weapons. Basically, human weapons are strong against unshielded enemies. They're good against actual just health, taking away health. And they are weak against shielding normally. And plasma weapons are great against shielding, but they're bad against taking down health. So those strengths and weaknesses are just increased with the tilt skull on. So that's why we could take more shots from plasma weapons. It is also why our human weapons are not great at taking down shielding. It's actually way harder to take down the shields of enemies with human weapons, so that's why I do not try to do that ever. But we could kind of negate that because the only shielding we have to worry about is the brutes, basically, in this level at least, and we just noob combo all of them when we can, so hopefully all of them. So since it's a plasma weapon we're going to use to take down their shields, we don't have to worry about the fact that our human weapons will do a crappy job of doing that. So it's kind of a trade-off, but if you play your cards right, you could make it an advantage. The one thing I will say, though, is it makes the drones in that Hive room much harder to kill. So it's kind of a trade-off. Would you like to have an easier time going through the first part of the level here? Or would you rather have an easier time in the Hive drone room? It's a decision you'll have to make, but either way, I chose to blow through this first part quickly rather than the Hive room, so dealer's choice. If you don't want to have as tough of a time in the Hive room, just take tilt off. You can have any skull on that you want, so really whatever you want to do. So again, these rooms are pretty repetitive, just noob combo away. Also, something to note is the carbine is not nearly as good as the pistol at getting the jackals to reveal themselves. You can see I was shooting that notch for a while. The carbine is actually less accurate than the pistol. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But it's just, it doesn't get them to kick their shield back and expose their heads nearly as easily. So I'm kind of regretting picking up this carbine at this point. Should have kept that pistol as long as I could. But oh well. It's alright. Also, I would say for a good time for this level, it's probably around 25 to 30 minutes would be a pretty good time, especially for the purposes of this achievement. This is the second longest level. So I think all my guides put together so far are 40 to 45 minutes for the first 6 levels. So, I mean, we have 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you've completed the levels as quickly as I did, you have 2 hours and 15 minutes to play with. So, I mean, you could take an hour for this level and then an hour and 15 minutes for the next level. The next level is the longest one, Coastal Highway, the last one. So, I mean, we saved plenty of time on the previous 6 levels, so even if you doubled my times, you came in double my time, that would be an hour and a half, and now you got an hour and a half to finish 2 levels, so I mean, that's still a ton of time left. So we're just moving through. There's not much to say about these rooms individually. I mean, we're just noob comboing the brutes when we see them. We're just shooting grunts in the face when we see them. If we still had the pistol, we could take out the jackals more easily, but we don't. But you could always noob combo jackals as well. And we're sticking some people. That's an option for brutes as well. Sometimes it doesn't kill them. I think it's because the tilt skull is on, so some sticks don't kill them, which is weird. I don't know if that's true or not, but worst case scenario, it just takes their shield down and you shoot them in the face. Also, there's health packs pretty much in every one of these circular rooms. Sometimes there's not one, but most of the rooms have a health pack on one of the walls. So open this door up, drop down, find the green door, which is where these 4 buggers are coming from, and try to stick one of them with a plasma grenade. And if you stick one, you'll get all 4. And that's a good way to get one of the achievements. I think it's Pineapple Express. That's a good way to get that one. So this is probably one of the toughest parts of the level right here, just because there's a ton of brutes. There's 3 grunts to start, I believe. 3 or 4. I think there's 3. But just kill the grunts. This guy's suicide grunting. And keep in mind where at least one of the grunts dies, because you want to probably come back and take his plasma pistol, since you'll probably run out and need more from noobing all these brutes. What a blind stick that was. Look at that. That is MLG level, except this is a campaign, so that's just heresy. But we're just taking these guys out. There's a bunch of them. They kind of get more difficult as you go. There's a brute shot guy somewhere. There he is. You want to take that guy. You want to make him a priority because he could take you out with 2 or 3 hits if you're at full health. So if you're weak, he'll take you out with 1 hit. So watch out for that guy. I can't seem to shoot him in the face. I'm not taking my own advice, and you should kill him quickly. I am taking my sweet time. Not recommended on a speedrun. And this isn't really a speedrun. This is more for the purposes of this achievement. I think the world record for this level is like 14 minutes or something, which is pretty fast. But I think I come in around 22 minutes, so that's still just totally fine for this achievement itself. Like I said, you have plenty of time. If you've come anywhere near my times, or better, then obviously you have a ton of time to play with for this level and the next level, which are the 2 hardest levels. This Chieftain, you want to hide behind a wall like that and then overcharge plasma pistol him. You don't want to noob combo him because obviously his helmet does not fall off when you noob him, but he is stunned for a second, so you could just noob him when you're right up on him and then just wrap around back and assassinate him. It's a very quick and easy way to take him out. And then we're on to the next section. This section is annoying. There's a bunch of buggers, and like I said, I have a plasma-based weapon right now, so if I don't headshot them, it takes double the shots. There's a full carbine there, and there's 2 health packs straddling that door, so if you need health or carbine ammo, that is your chance. But again here, I have a carbine, and tilt is on, so I have not that great of a time taking out these buggers. It's harder to headshot buggers in general with a carbine, because obviously it's less accurate than a pistol would be. But that's what you call hedging, my friends. Already making excuses before I even get there. Just, preparing you for me to fail. So you're not, excited or surprised or anything when you see me not taking out buggers very efficiently. So at this point, I'm just using the tilt skull to my advantage, since I'm kind of taking more shots than I would normally. I'm kind of being a little aggressive and risky. And there is health behind me, but I decide to not grab it in the interest of saving time. And also we're about to cue a cutscene up here, so I'm going to have full health coming out of that anyway, so it doesn't really matter how much health you have right now. But if you do need health in the middle of that battle, Obviously, there's some behind you. But at the end, you don't need to grab it because we're going to cue this cutscene, go up and activate this door with your action button, and you got that cutscene. I skipped it. Now we're on to the next section. You can see I have full health, so no need to grab that health pack. At this point, I'm going to grab Dare's pistol because it'll make her better at taking down enemies by giving her my carbine, and it'll make me better at, you know, headshotting buggers, ideally. Now I gotta live up to that statement. And it's easier to, well, I can't even headshot grunts anymore. And it's easier to take out the jackals, as previously mentioned, with the Magnum, so you can get them to show their face and then shoot their face. So here's more of the same. This level is a lot of just the same rooms, the small rooms, and then the long twisting hallways. I'm sure a lot of people don't enjoy the variance in this level, as it is at a minimum. But, you know, I'm sure it harkens back to some people's library days. Not as bad, though, because it's not Flood. I personally enjoy the library. One of my favorite levels to speedrun, but I'm sure I'm in the minority in that one. So again, here we go. You can see how... Whoop, I guess not. I was going to say you could see how it's going to be easier to shoot jackals, but I really just smacked both of them and didn't shoot them. Real nice. So here we go. 4 buggers remain. At this part, my video capture card freaks out for like 5 seconds, so you're going to see it like skip ahead like 5 seconds. Actually, right there. My screen like blacked out, and I couldn't see anything for like 5 seconds, and that's why I'm going in the wrong direction now, because I got turned around because my screen cut out, and I'm like, what is happening? But the game was still going on, so I realized at this point, oh, I should probably go to Dare. She probably knows where she's going. So I go over here. We're about to go down to the Hive room with a couple rooms of Covenant. Well, the Hive room is Covenant still. What am I saying? Why would I say that? A couple rooms of brutes, grunts, and jackals before the Hive room, and we are down here now. Killed the jackal with the carbine, like I said you couldn't do. Not that you can't do it, but you know, it's just more annoying. All right, just let Dare distract all of them, or not. She's moving ahead. There we go. I should probably take the pistol back at this point. I think I do take the pistol back at this point. No, I don't. I think I lied. Yeah, I definitely lied. Sorry about that, guys. It's okay, though. We're at the end of this little section before the Hive room, though. We got this guy to deal with at the end, the brute. We could easily take him out with the carbine. Then this wall opens up. Didn't even know that was a doorway at first. So grab a beam rifle, give it to Dare, as suggested by Travis Harrison in the comments section of my Lazo run. Good suggestion. Shout out to him. I don't always think of everything, guys. If you have a better way, you know, let me know. Also, a comment I was given in the suggestions was to do a box jump by using some fusion cores and making them explode, which will send you up to the top, which was mentioned to me by James McClure. I'm not sure on pronunciation. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I think that's right, though. But it will despawn all the enemies up here. I figured I wouldn't do that for the guide, though, because, I mean, like I said previously, we have like 2 hours to work with. So I figured I'd make it, you know, the easiest way possible, even though it is a little longer. Well, I guess the easiest way possible would be to despawn everybody, but I figure some people are not excited about having to do tricks or, like, trick jumps or anything like that, so... they're hesitant to do that, so I figured I would just show you how to do it with the buggers. But know that is an option if you want to shorten your time up, or your ease of access through this whole area. If you're good at jumps, I mean, go for it. Double name drop in one video. Holy crap! Exciting stuff. But you could see I knew where the buggers were going to come out of, so I got my beam rifle ready, and you could actually kill all 4 with 1 or 2 beam rifle shots, but they were not good shots, apparently, because I only killed 2 at first. But you can see how I'm not really shooting at these buggers very well. I think it's partly me, partly the tilt skull. You can see they're all coming out right there now. So if I was ready with my beam rifle, I could probably line them all up and shoot them and kill them all with one shot. But I didn't do that. You could go through here and figure out all the spawns, all the holes that they come out of, and just kind of line up your beam rifle to make it easier for yourself. But that takes a lot of practice and time, and frankly, like I mentioned, we got like over 2 hours to work with if you came anywhere near my times. If not, if you took an hour and 15 minutes more than me, you still have an hour to work with for the last 2 levels, which is still a lot of time. It's probably pushing it though, because these last 2 levels are a little longer, but I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. These last 2 levels take some time, but we got a lot of time to take these last 2 levels and, you know, complete them. So here's some carbine ammo. I'm just, you know, talking in circles at this point, trying to fill some time before we get to the end of this big hive room. The beam rifle will kill them all in one hit, except for the one at the end who has a brute plasma rifle. That one actually has an energy shield, which is crazy silly. He'll take 2 shots. And if you headshot him with a carbine, which I'm terrible at apparently, you can kill him in 1 hit. Well, not the brute plasma one, just, you know, the normal ones. And here we go. We're at the end almost of this big hive room. You could actually, if you're like getting swarmed, you could fall down below in most of the area up here. If you go on the edges, there's a cliff in some parts, so don't fall off that. But in the middle here, you could see down below there's some like pipes going along down there. And where there is not pipes, there is a floor, so you could easily just walk around down there. And there are multiple ladders going up and down, so you could easily get back up. One's right there, you could see. They're kind of surrounded by these weird structures. I don't know what they are or why they're here. They seem kind of weird looking. There's more beam rifle ammo here, like you could see. I just grabbed that. And we're moving forward. Moving forward. There's only 1 or 2 left. There's the brute shot guy still over here. You see I shot him, but did not kill him. And frag grenade from Dare is actually useful this time. That's nice. There's health on the right and more carbine ammo. Just wrap to the right, and then the right again, or the left, doesn't matter. And then drop down here, and continue moving forward, and drop down again. You can see I dropped a little too far and took some shield damage, or stamina damage. It does recharge though, so that's fine. I decided to stick one, and brute shot the other one. And the other one actually didn't die from the stick, but I'm going to show you how to easily kill this Brute Hammer Chieftain. When he does that move, just sidestep to the left and assassinate him, and you can see you could even do that if he has invincibility activated. We don't care. You can get assassinated at any point, kind of like in matchmaking when you have overshield, and then you get assassinated immediately, and you start throwing your controller across the room, and then you realize it's $60 to buy a new controller. And then you might restrain yourself from doing so. You might not, though, and then you got to go to GameStop and get a new one. And then they pressure you into buying and selling used games, and you're like, I don't care, I'm just here for the controller. And then, you know, you walk out of there with $300 of crap that you didn't want. But anyway, you want to grab that hammer off the Chieftain, and you want to try to snipe those guys up on top, but they took off pretty quickly this time, actually. Normally they stand up there for a little bit. But anyway, just, you know, hammer everybody in this section, pretty much. Hammer those brutes. If you were quick enough, unlike me, you could just go to the landing spot where all these enemies land off this Phantom and just get ready to smash them as they come down. They were still pretty clustered by the time I got there, which is good, so I could assassinate, well, not assassinate, I could smash them. And they all kind of land together, so it's easy to kill them all. And they all move up together, apparently. So this is a pretty easy time. I'll stick that guy, why not? So we've killed everybody, and now the doors will open.
This is our exit, rookie. Head through the door.
And just go through one of them. There's another one on the other side that opens, but doesn't matter which one. And you could choose to assassinate all these people. They do not stir until, you know, Dare and Buck come down here and start throwing grenades at them like idiots. But you could just take them all out like this. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes, like I said, they start throwing frag grenades and wake all of them up. But that was a nice stroll through the park there. Making it easy. You could probably make it a little quicker by using your hammer's actual smashing ability, not just the melee. I cut that part out because it's like 45 seconds to a minute of the engineer just fiddling with the door and trying to open it. And you don't need to see that. You know how to just stand there and do nothing. Again, this was stupid. I should probably just have, you know, assassinated them like I did in the previous room. But those three were all just in a line, and I just wanted to stick them and get the triple kill. And then the overkill with the, you know, the other one that I killed. So now I gotta kill these three. And luckily they all came at me at once, and I just smashed them with a hammer. Come at me, bro. I've played too much griff ball for you. You can't even handle this. So then just go into this elevator. An engineer will come in, and that will cue the cutscene. And that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion, and I will see you for the last installment, Coastal Highway.